Welcome to Deep Dive Daily Current Affairs, and we will be discussing the current affairs from 23rd August 2024. Our প্রথমটো topic হল the urban drainage system which needs updation and integrating with natural absorption and waste management so that we can address the artificial floods in the cities. Now, drainage strategies to curb urban flooding. ইয়াৰে আণ্ডাৰত আমাৰ চাৰিটা মেইন হেড আছে। এটা হ'ল ষ্টৰ্ম ৱাটাৰ মেনেজমেণ্ট চিষ্টেমছ, য'ত প্ৰথমটো হ'ল ৰিটেনশ্যন বেচিনছ, য'ত কনষ্ট্ৰাক্ট কৰা হ'ব বেচিনছ টু হোল্ড দ্য এক্সেছ ৰেইন ৱাটাৰ এণ্ড ৰিলিজ ইট শ্ল'লি চ' ডেট কেপাচিটি যিখিনি আছে ড্ৰেইনেজ সেইখিনি এক্সিড নকৰে। নেক্সট ডিটেনশ্যন পণ্ডছ, ইট ইজ চিমিলাৰ টু ৰিটেনশ্যন বেচিনছ বাট ইউজুৱেলি ড্ৰাই, যেতিয়া এক্সেছিভ ৰেইনফল হয় ইট গেটছ ফিল আপছ। Then bioswales, landscape channels designed to concentrate and convey stormwater runoff while removing debris pollution. Next to hope upgrading the drainage infrastructure. So with time, there is a need for drainage upgradation in the city area, so that to make the drainage enlarged and improving drainage systems, so that the drainage system is capable of handling increased volume of water and regular maintenance. Urban floodplain management and elevated structures, flood monitoring systems, predictive modeling, etc. will be helpful to address the flash floods in the city area. Here logote various nature based solutions such as permeable pavements. So ground water খিনি যাতে ৰিচাৰ্জ হ'ব পাৰে আৰু লগতে যেহেতু পাৰ্মিয়েবল হয় তো সেইটো কাৰণে সাৰফেচ ৰান অফ নহয় কিনে আমাৰ গ্ৰাউণ্ড ৱাটাৰখিনি ৰিফিল হ'ব, ৰিচাৰ্জ হ'ব। So via this the established solution we can address the flash floods. Then vegetated swales, মানে কি হয়, these are some very shallow vegetated channels which are designed to slow down and capture the runoff. আৰু তাৰ পৰা কি হ'ব আমাৰ ইৰোজন কম হ'ব, ৰাইট? তো যিখিনি ডিপজিশ্যন হৈ থাকে আমাৰ ড্ৰেইনবোৰ সেইখিনি কমিব। ৰিটেনশ্যন এণ্ড ইনফিল্ট্ৰেশ্যন বেচিন, পাৰফৰেটেড ড্ৰেইন পাইপছ, গ্ৰেটছ এণ্ড স্ক্ৰিনছ, মানে কি হয় ইনষ্টলিং গ্ৰেটছ এণ্ড স্ক্ৰিনছ অভাৰ ড্ৰেইনেজ ইনলেটছ, আৰু ইট কেন প্ৰিভেণ্ট দ্য লাৰ্জ ডেব্ৰিজ চাচ এজ প্লাষ্টিক বটলছ, য'ৰ পৰা আমাৰ ব্লকেটখিনি হয়। ছেডিমেণ্টছ এণ্ড ডেব্ৰিজ ট্ৰেপ, য'ত মেইনলি ডিজাইন কৰা হয় চেম্বাৰ্ছ আৰু যিখিনি ৱেষ্টখিনি ট্ৰেপ কৰিব পাৰে। দেন পাব্লিক এৱেৰনেছ, ৱেষ্ট ৰিডাকশ্যন কেম্পেইন, স্মাৰ্ট ড্ৰেইনেজ ছিষ্টেম, এনহেন্স ৰিচাৰ্চ, ইম্প্ৰুভ ৱাটাৰ কোৱালিটি, ছাষ্টেইনেবল আৰ্বান ডেভেলপমেণ্ট, দেট ইজ দ্য and also sustainable city under SDG goal 11. Okay, these are the various solution to address the artificial floods in the cities. The next topic is Assam Repealing Bill 2024. Now, bill introduced to repeal British era Muslim Marriage Act. The Assam government introduced the Assam Repealing Bill to repeal the Assam Muslim Marriages and Divorce Act 1935 and the Assam Repealing Ordinance 2024 in the State Assembly. আৰু কিয় দৰকাৰ হৈছে, এজ পাৰ দ্য মিনিষ্টাৰ অফ ৰেভিনিউ এণ্ড ডিজাস্টাৰ মেনেজমেণ্ট হি ছেইড ডেট দেয়াৰ ইজ এ নীড টু এবলিছ বিকজ দেয়াৰ আৰ চাৰ্টেন স্কোপ অফ ৰেজিষ্টাৰিং মেৰেজেছ অফ ইণ্টেণ্ডেড পাৰ্চন বিল' 21 years ইন কেছ অফ মেল এণ্ড বিল' 18 years ইন কেছ অফ ফিমেল, যিখিনি আমাৰ লিগেল মেৰেজ এজ নহয়। ইট হাৰ্ডলি হেড এনি প্ৰভিজনছ ফৰ মনিটৰিং এণ্ড ইমপ্লিমেণ্টেশ্যন অফ দ্য এক্ট থ্ৰু আউট দ্য ষ্টেট এণ্ড এট্ৰেক্টেড হিউজ এমাউণ্টছ অফ litigation in the court. So, due to this colonial era bill by colonial era legislation by act, there were very litigation. There were many litigation. Logote, there is a scope of misuse by both authorized licensee Muslim marriage registrars as well as citizens for underage minor marriage, forcefully arranged marriages without the consent of the parties. Logote, besides the registration of marriages and divorces were not mandatory, the registration mechanism was informal that left a scope for non-compliance of the norms. So, যিখিনি গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ইন দ্য ৰিচেণ্ট টাইমছ চাইল্ড মেৰেজ এড্ৰেছ কৰিবৰ কাৰণে ষ্টেপ হাতত লৈছে, তাৰ কাৰণে দিছ এমেণ্ডমেণ্ট ইজ কণ্ডুচিভ বিকজ দ্য প্ৰিভিয়াছ এক্টছ হেভ মেনি প্ৰভিজনছ ফৰ মিছ ইউজ, আৰু লগতে দেয়াৰ ৱাজ মনিটৰিং ইছ্যুজ, আৰু লগতে স্কোপ ফৰ below legal age marriage. So as per the minister, there is a need to amend and bring into new act, replacing the previous legislation. Next topic is regarding India-Poland strategic partnership. Now, 5 years action plan for strategic partnership. তো য'ত এটা হ'ল আমাৰ trade and investment, meetings of joint commission of economic cooperation for at least twice every 5 years. Then India-Euro cooperation in early conclusion of India-Euro trade and investment negotiations. Terrorism, cooperation between India and Poland in designating individuals affiliated with groups listed by UNSC 1267 Section Committee. And other areas of cooperation like cyber security, circular economy, wastewater management, etc. Now there is also a strong tradition which was discussed by in a meeting of Indology studies in Poland, with Polish scholars having translated Sanskrit into Polish as early as in the 19th century. And Sanskrit was being studied in the 600-year-old 𝐤𝐽𝐬 University in Krakow, in 1861, with a share of Sanskrit having been established in 1893. Now these factual details can be important for prelims. Okay, and other parts are important for GS to mains paper. Next topic is regarding the Prime Minister's visit to Ukraine. Now Ukraine maps become very important. Already it is in the news. So Russia, then Romania, Moldova, Belarus, etc. bordering countries. Logote Crimea, Black Sea countries are important. Map of color. Now in the article it has been discussed regarding India-Russia relation also. Can the Prime Minister's visit to the Ukraine impact India's relation with Russia? So India-Russia relations are in no way linked with India's engagement with Ukraine, because India both internal and external sovereignty as it can handle any kind of relation it wants with any foreign countries. The discourse both in India and the West that forces the connection does not take into account the fact that India is a confident, powerful nation with significant capacity to act on its own international sphere. To framing the Prime Minister's visit either in terms of India's abandoning Russia or as Modi's redemption tour following his visit to Moscow is blind to India's agency. Okay, so and also Russia and India have a very strong relationship. Or India has been key to keeping Russia's economy afloat by helping it bypass Western sanctions, and India continues to use Russian military hardware in addition to cooperation on large issues such as our submarine, etc. And also, although there is a strong relation, Russia also is engaging with China, which is India's biggest geopolitical rival, on the basis of common interests of the these two countries. Okay. So definitely there is a concern whether India-Russia relationship will be impacted due to the visit. But যেহেতু India is a sovereign country, right? Internal and external sovereignty দুইটা আছে, so India can maintain its own relation with Ukraine, keeping a strong India-Russia connection, similar to যেনেকৈ Russia আৰু China তেওঁলোকৰ মাজত ৰিলেশ্যনটো মেইনটেইন কৰিছে. So ইণ্টাৰভিউ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব পাৰে. Now India, Poland, আমি এইটো অলৰেডি ডিছকাছ কৰিলোঁ. The next topic is regarding Dumbur Dam Flood. GS1, GS2 কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়. Bangladesh floods is not due to Tripura Dam. So Dumbur Dam important হয় Tripura. Now the Dumbur Dam is built upon the Gumti River, which flows through India and Bangladesh. So Gumti River is also important prelims. There is a hydel project near the lake from which river Gomti originates, and this is called Tirthamukh. So yate every year on 14th January the famous Posh Sankranti Mela takes place. The lake is confluence of rivers Raima and Sarma, important for prelims. Okay. In one of the kind of island, Narkel Kunja have been developed. The dam is 30 meters in height, mainly prelims are important hope. Now understanding the India-Bangladesh river dynamics. India and Bangladesh share 54 common rivers, making water management a significant component of the bilateral relations. Rivers like Gumti, which flows to Tripura into Bangladesh, are essential for both countries, which needs water and ecological balance. The transboundary nature of these rivers means that actions on one side can have repercussions on the other side. Now, hydrological factor. The floods in Bangladesh are primarily due to heavy rainfall over the catchment area of the Gumti River, affecting both the Tripura state in India and Bangladesh. The auto-release mechanism of Dumbur Dam, which ensures the dam safety by preventing overflow, was activated due to this high rainfall. It is important to note that such mechanisms are standard feature in hydropower dams worldwide. designed to handle excess water safely. So Dumbur Dam important hoy prelims karone, Gomti River important hoy prelims karone. The famous post Sankrati Mela important hoy, Raima and Sarma River also important. Okay. Next is regarding euthanasia. Okay. Now Article 21 is important in this aspect. So right to life. Okay. From Article 21. Now আমি আগতে চালে euthanasia কি হয়. Euthanasia is derived from Greek words eu means good and thanatos means death, putting together good death. Euthanasia is defined as hastening the death of patient to prevent further sufferings. There are mainly two types of euthanasia, active and passive. Active what ki kora hoy? It refers to physician deliberate act, usually the administration of lethal drugs, to end an incurable or terminally ill patient's life. Okay. So yate actively kichon ingredient dia hoy, okay, to end an incurable or terminally ill patient's lives. There are three types of active euthanasia in relation to giving consent for euthanasia, namely voluntary euthanasia at patient's request, non-voluntary without patient's consent, and involuntary. Patient is not in the position to give consent. Next to all, passive euthanasia. Passive euthanasia refers to withholding or withdrawing treatment which is necessary for maintaining life. So active what কিছুমান dose দিয়া হয়, right, administration of lethal drugs, and passive what কি কৰা হয়, withholding and withdrawing treatment necessary for maintaining life. Now euthanasia in India. A 5-judge bench by Supreme Court in the Common Cause versus Union recognized persons' right to die with dignity, saying that a terminally ill person can opt for passive euthanasia and execute a living will to refuse medical treatment. The court permitted an individual to draft a living will specifying that she or he will not be put on life support if they slip into incurable coma. The court recognized the right to die with dignity as a fundamental right and an aspect to Article 21. Logote Aruna Saubak judgment to it is important. Is active euthanasia legal? In India, active euthanasia is a crime. In the previous IPC, Indian Penal Code, Section 309 deals with attempting to commit suicide and 306 with attempted suicide. Okay, so under active euthanasia uporat legal action hobo pare. Okay. Now euthanasia ami Article 21 logot ekalage porhu, amar mains GS2 karone important. Now this is an article regarding Chandrayaan 3, the first some certain key findings. So findings from one of the Chandrayaan 3's scientific instruments support the hypothesis of magma ocean on the moon in its earliest phase. Also suggests a CERN or lunar crust probably caused by asteroid heat. Now key findings. Kiki eta ase uniform terrain. So the Chandrayaan 3 landing site exhibits a fairly uniform terrain. So it suggests that the topside region is homogeneous, differing from Earth's diverse landscapes shaped by tectonic activity. Okay. Next, support for lunar magma ocean hypothesis. The findings bolster the LMO hypothesis, which points at moon's surface was once covered by sea of molten magma. As this magma ocean cooled, it stratified with heavier minerals like olivine and pyridoxine settling into lower layers and lighter calcium and sodium rich minerals in the upper layer. Okay. Next, evidence of crustal mixing. So the instrument data suggested that the lunar crust had undergone mixing, bringing minerals from deeper layers to the surface. The mixing is likely due to asteroid impacts, particularly in the formation of South Pole Aitken Basin (SPA Basin), the largest and the oldest known impact crater on the moon. So Aitken Basin our prelims karone important hobo pare. Next topic is regarding various space missions in the recent times. A look at ongoing Indian space missions. Such as one is Aditya L1. So L1 or upor amar already Lagrange's point or upor question ahi goise, the 5 Lagrange's points. Okay. Aditya L1 solar observatory launched in September last year, completed its first orbit around the L1 in July 2024 and has already contributed to solar storm studies. The X-ray polarimeter satellite XPOSat launched in January 2024 is advancing its capabilities in space-based astronomy. Next is regarding the Chandrayaan mission. ISRO is making significant strides in its first human space flight program, the Chandrayaan. In 2023, that is last year, the agency successfully conducted the first abort test of the crew escape system. Our logote 4 astronauts candidates have been selected, which we already previously discussed in the current affairs videos, and are undergoing rigorous training. The first uncrewed Gaganyaan mission expected in the late 2024. The crewed mission planned for 2025. Logote NSIL, New Space India Limited, is taking a more active role in commercializing ISRO's technology, and it is helping our income from technology. Okay. In May 2024, NSIL took over all commercial activities related to Indian remote sensing, satellite data and products. In March 2024, 𝐓𝐸𝐴𝐷𝐄𝐝 successfully launched its vehicle, making a milestone for private space fencers in India, and private space is also important for next year means examination. Logote next generation launch vehicle development. ISRO is working on next generation launch vehicle to enhance payload capacity and reduce launch cost. Now, India can launch vehicle as ASLV বুলি কোৱা হয়, augmented satellite launch vehicle, SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle, then PSLV, GSLV Mark III, and the next will be the next generation launch vehicle. Okay. NGLV is designed to be a 3-stage vehicle powered by semi-cryogenic, liquid and cryogenic engines. Currently, ISRO is developing a semi-cryogenic engine for the launch vehicle 3 rocket, which successful pre-burner ignition test conducted in May 2024. Okay. So, এইটো এক্সপেক্টত আমাৰ PSLV কেনেকুৱা fuel use কৰা হয়, GSLV কে আমি কি ইউজ কৰোঁ, ASLV কি ইউজ কৰিছিলোঁ, আৰু why we need liquid solid state stages, also the energy or power from the cryogenic stage. These are important for prelims. Next is regarding vaccine derived polio. It's a rare form of polio virus, generally originates from the oral polio vaccine. These mostly emerge in the community with low sanitation and immunity levels. Now, occurrence and transmission. The oral polio vaccine contains a attenuated or weakened virus, which replicates in the intestines and triggers the body's immune response, causing the disease. After vaccination, the weakened virus is excreted in the stool, okay, by excreta. Our logote, the area where there is poor sanitation and low immunization coverage, the virus can spread to others in the community. Now, there are types of vaccine derived polio, mainly 3 types. Circulating vaccine derived polio virus. This can spread in communities and cause outbreaks. Jot vaccination rate is very low. Immunodeficiency related vaccine derived polio virus occur in individuals with primary immunodeficiencies where the weakened immune system cannot clear the vaccine virus, which allows it to mutate. And ambiguous vaccine derived polio virus. Cases where the source of the virus is unclear and does not fit in the other 2 categories. Now, for prevention and control, high immunization coverage. The key is to preventing the vaccine derived polio virus in maintaining high vaccination. Okay. Logote the sanitation issues in India. Switch to inactivated polio vaccines. Some countries have switched from OPV, but oral polio vaccine, to inactivated polio vaccines, which uses a kill virus and doesn't carry a risk of vaccine derived polio. The prelims are important ho pare, GST kind of important ho pare. Next is regarding center state discussion regarding mechanism for gathering crop data. So, now the digital general crop estimation survey. So, the centers convened a national-wide conference with the states to discuss the improvement in crop production statistics. The conference discussed the need of integrating cutting-edge technologies like remote sensing, geospatial analysis, and AI in generating crop production. See, data is very important because with inputs from the data, we can get some information. Using this information, we can create a good schemes, but good policy. Hedu khetrot the revamp fasal policy. The revamp fasal program. The fasal means forecasting agriculture output using space, agrometeorology, and land-based observation, launched by Ministry of Agriculture in 2006. The updated version leverages remote sensing technology to generate accurate crop maps and areas estimations for 10 major crops. The program is currently operationalized by Mahalanobis National Crop Forecast Center with technology from ISRO. 9 crops are assessed using the fasal program. rice, wheat, tur, rabi pulses, rapeseed, mustard, rabi jowar, cotton, jute, sugarcane. আৰু লগতে Digital General Crop Association Survey initiated to calculate yield based on scientifically designed crop cutting experiments for all major crops across the country. So, what is Digital General Crop Association Survey and Fasal program etc. are important. আৰু লগতে Fasal under কি crops assess কৰা হৈছে, those are important for prelims. Now, Hema panel report. So, on August 22, that is the day before yesterday, the Kerala High Court ordered the state to submit the entire Hema committee report, including redacted sections, okay, in a seal cover. Now, this follows a PIL demanding criminal action against offenders named in the report. Now, the Hema committee, the key recommendations are, see, this was established to address certain gender-related issue in the Malayalam film industry. Okay. Now, key recommendations: Internal Complaint Committee mandate ICCs under POS Act. Okay. Independent tribunal suggest an independent tribunal for harassment cases with in-camera proceedings for privacy. Written contracts, make written contracts mandatory for all workers in the film industry. Gender training, require cast and crew to complete gender awareness training before production. Support for women producers, provide positive incentives, etc. Now, legal framework for women safety in this aspect are: one is Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita (BNS), sections 354, 354A, 509, Workplace Harassment Act, POS Act 2013 mandates Internal Complaints Committee, IT Act 2000 address the obscene digital content, POXO Act protects children from sexual exploitation and immoral trafficking. 56 prevents trafficking for sexual exploitation. Now, there are some prelims related factual points. To Lords in UK to host the first Women's Day in 2026. Then President Draupadi Murmu presents the various science awards such as Vigyan Ratna, Puraskar, etc. You can go through these article snippets. Then Prelims Factual regarding Paralympic. India has won 31 medals, 9 gold, 12 silver and 10 bronze in 12 editions of Paralympics. It has taken part. Okay. Now, India made its first appearance at a Paralympics in the 1960 edition in Tel Aviv. Okay. It's delegation of 10 athletics, but unable to get any medal, and did not take part in 1980 editions of the games. Returned in 19, but it joined in 1984 edition. So, India প্ৰথম কেতিয়া participate কৰিছিলে in the Paralympics 1968 Tel Aviv. Okay. Then later in 76 or 80 part লোৱা নাছিলে, again part লৈছিলে in 1984. How India has performed: mixed record, 12 editions so far, 31 medals. Okay. আৰু ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে who was India's first gold medalist? Murlikant Petkar bagged India's first ever Paralympic medal during the 1972 Paralympic in Heidelberg. Okay. He won the gold medal in the men's 50-meter freestyle free swimming event. Okay. Prelims are important হ'ব পাৰে. আৰু লগতে 2020 Tokyo Paralympics, India had its best performance in the Tokyo Paralympics. It took home 19 medals, 5 gold, 8 silver and 6 bronze. And Avani Lekhara became the first Indian woman to win a Paralympic gold when she came first in the women's 10-meter air rifle shooting standard event. Okay. So, এইখিনি আমাৰ প্ৰিলিমছৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব পাৰে. This is all about 23rd August current affairs. We will again meet tomorrow. Thank you.